Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to learn how to draw an open door with steps inside and with a three-dimensional effect. So let's get started. Let's begin by marking the rectangle for the open door. And position it at the center because that's my habit, okay? But anyway, I think I'll move it a bit to the left because I'll draw the door on the right side. So I want to leave some space right here to do that. Okay, now we have this sketch of the area where I want the door to be drawn. I create a base right here separating the wall from the floor. Right here we have some detail of the door. On the inside, I'll create a base for the floor, and on this floor I will mark a staircase. For now, I'll do it freehand. The finishing touches will be done later with a roller. On the steps, I'll draw the vertical part a bit higher than the horizontal part. The part that will be the floor, about halfway, right here. Notice that the steps are getting smaller, following the line we made at the beginning. They decrease towards the top. Okay guys, now we have the door, we have the interior, and now we'll draw the open door. So right here, I'll pull it down a bit, okay? I'll reduce it a bit. It is kind at the same distance. We'll make sure, guys, that it is aligned with the base. We'll go just a little bit beyond the door, but that's okay. And we'll create this irregularity right here. Now remove some of the excess graphite, and then we'll draw a line for the final outline of the drawing. Now we're creating more elaborate drawing, okay? I'll use a ruler to draw the lines. I'll mark the distance right here. Guys, the lines, you can leave them with a pencil, or if you prefer, you can use a pen, of course. Just be careful not to make a mistake with the pen, okay guys? And guys, this is basically the same process that we did earlier with a pen, so I'm just aligning it with a pen. The difference right here is that I'm using a roller to do so. Okay, now we have finished these steps right here, and the drawing itself is almost ready. Now we're going to add shading to the drawing, okay? I'll start by filling in this part of the door. I'll fill it in with a very dark black, okay? I'll use a 6B pencil. Another important thing, guys, that you need to know where our light source is coming from. In this case, I'll define that our light source is coming from here. So it'll create a shadow right here, okay, on this inner part. Because it is coming from here, the shadow will come from here. This part will reflect the shadow. So I will just set to the drawing that we have right here on the inside. And right here, we're going to have our shadow. I'm going to use the same pencil, okay, but I'm going to use it very lightly. And I keep adding the shadows that I want to add to my drawing. We'll leave this part that will catch the light right here, reflect from our light source. We'll leave it blank. It is an idealized position, but it is important to know where the light is coming from so that you can place the highlights in the right place. Let's also draw the shadow of the door. With this shape, you go down a bit. You don't need to worry too much about the measurement that will be. Just go down a bit, make a diagonal marking right here. And then you can make a parallel line to the door. And it is important, guys, that we keep it on the same line. And we'll fill it in with black, making the shadow. Now I'm going to mark the line because I want to make it a bit more evident. The separation of what is the wall and what is the floor. Now I'm going to use the tissue paper and I will smudge the shadow. And now guys, we want a smooth three-dimensional effect. So I'm going to draw the edge. And I'll do the same thing right here. Just a little bit less. Okay. And now guys, the drawing is ready, but of course you can work a bit more on it. For example, adding more shadow, reducing some points, highlighting. For example, right here, I'll intensify the shadow a bit more on the door and on the steps too. Especially closer to the door edge. Because right here we have a lot of shadow. And you can use either a blending stamp or a tissue, okay? There's no specific rule. You can use the tool you have available at your disposal. The important thing is to smudge it. Add a bit of shadow right here. Just because we want to create a natural effect. And it is important, guys, to see this. We have right here a paper with a lot of shadow, and this gives a very natural effect to the drawing. We have a slightly irregular appearance to the drawing, and that's okay. These shadows right here, guys, that you can see on the paper are your fingerprints. While you're drawing, we have some fingerprints on the paper, okay? So it is important to protect your hand from touching the paper. You can use a paper down your hand so you can protect your drawing. And we don't want a lot of fingerprints on the drawing. But sometimes when we're using a darker pencil, when you're adding shadow, those fingerprints, we can see them. So let's just erase them. So guys, be very careful while drawing, because we indeed don't want a lot of fingerprints on the drawing. And guys, we have our drawing completed. Now we're going to create a three-dimensional effect. And let's position the ruler right on the line that separates the wall from the floor. So I'll locate it right here. firmly support right here because I'm going to fold the paper. We'll leave it at a 9-degree angle. And that's it, guys. As you guys can see, the paper is folded and we position it at some point. Okay, the drawing is already positioned, and then we can change the view angle. And there you go. See how it adjusts the door size. Okay guys, and that was our video. I really hope you guys understood and enjoyed this video. And I see you next. Thank you.